in there. Meanwhile, BONK, they're bringing the Raze to the table instead of the Jet, which I don't know. I think I can work on here. The Jet plays, if you think of Mixwell earlier on, certainly can work well on this map. Although while obviously Vac's been pretty vocal about it, and he doesn't feel it works well on this map.
I mean, I'd be interested to learn why, because I think Ascent is one where, you know, Jet can really abuse that. Getting an early angle, getting a pick off very, very well, more so than some other maps, just because of the way some of the long sight lines work out on Ascent. So I'm fine with seeing the Raze flex. It's good to see BONK kind of default back a little bit, come off the Brimstone, get the Omen in there, and get the Sage in the composition as well. So in terms of setup, pretty much mirrored other than the duelists, as you've already said. Aldrone going to come through, going to spot Lucka out in Garden here, and that's going to be the catalyst here for this push. They come through, they challenge him. Yassine will find the opener. They're going to get Heaven control. But two members have tucked themselves away in wine here, Lee, and I don't think BONK are going to read into this. One peak comes out, Creef will find one, but the second player hasn't shown his hand yet.
And he's staying back there.
Well, that was a headshot.
I think it's right. Oh, the paint shells. It's one thing to be there, but the second is to be tucked and caught in there. Yeah, Yassine getting himself the 2. By the way, top fragger on this map in the quarterfinals. Got himself 27 against 9X a moment ago. Fearoff, though, with the shock dart. Takes Ziz down. The plant is good, though. And safe. Oh, safe with the shot onto hip there. And quickly answer gets Fearoff as well with the taps. Very nicely played. And BONK start off strong.
Yeah, and again, it's a really strong post-plant setup. And Fearoff staying in wine there. Managed to get one pick off with the shock bolt. But yeah, they hold strong on site there. Really, really good post-plant positions there. And safe finding 2 cheeky little headshots all the way through to A main. But again, actually, you know, one of the things as well, and it's not talked about enough, but Raze is one of those agents you could say is like almost a hard counter to Cypher. You can absolutely rip apart a Cypher setup, and we know how strong Cypher is on, I mean, Ascent is one of the ones that, you know, he is really strong at, just because, you know, aggressive spy cam angles. But coming back to this now, and again, a similar setup here in round 2.
Well, Yassine keeping the angle, that's good. Kept it wide, kept the angle. Surely not going to work out. NIP tried to go aggressive, like you say, all tucked in, but this time they're kind of out of sight. And are we going to see a full wraparound from Tria? No, they are going to still push in, but it's allowed NIP to try and retake the site, took it in the corner, but it's not going to work out. Pistols versus rifles is only ever going to go one way.
Yeah, there's one player tucked away though. Lucka is still in hell here. He finds the headshot, but Yassine will just jump on him with the Spectre and find that one. And Fearoff with the classic in hand. Maybe just going to look to make it costly for BONK here. I mean, I'd love to see the classic 1v5, but I don't think we've seen one yet in competitive Valorant. Now's definitely not the time for it. So BONK will put a second round on the board, and again, you can write this one off for NIP, but a solid push there. A really, really solid push, and they were stacked up. They cleared the angles simultaneously. Really good stuff so far, and that's not what we saw in the previous map, Lee.
The biggest thing for me is it's a flawless round. It does mean they're going to walk away, and going into obviously the 3rd round, they can all just keep hold of those Spectres and not need to fear about their bank being harmed for the 4th. So really nice start for BONK here, and a little problematic, but you know what? When you lose the pistol, you kind of expect to lose those 2 back-to-back, and now let's see what NOP can do with guns in hand.
Yeah, and obviously BONK, I mean, they can just kind of throw something in this round, see if it sticks with these Spectres and Bulldogs still on the board. Maybe they can work a couple of picks around the Bulldogs in terms of range, but this time we're going to see a setup over towards B and maybe just put some feelers out here. Fearoff ready with the shock dart. That's going to find an initial bit of damage on, and the recon bolt comes up as well, but no information gained other than it was destroyed.
Revealing area.
There is the recon counter. That actually does gain information. And you can see they know exactly where the man is in pit. They don't know where Hip is at the moment, but he's in a pretty standard spot, and they're going to block him into that corner. And Ziz doing some work for clears out Korea as well, and that will be a plant. And this is a bonus round.
Yeah.
This is not the one they should be working so cleanly And with just 2 members of NIP back, they have to back off and save. They have to respect the weapons. And for BONK, their economy is already looking good.
Yeah, I mean, because now, keep the Spectres on the board. Get yourselves up to max cap. There's no reason to buy back into this. If you can keep 2 Bulldogs and a couple of Spectres here, we're only going to really have, unless we see a crazy force coming out of them, which I doubt we'll see.
They would have picked up the Phantoms that were on the floor in there.
Of course,
as well.
yeah, they upgrade. Yeah, absolutely. So what, they upgrade 3 weapons out of taking control of B site here. So it's going to be the Bulldogs and the Vandals collected. And that's a huge factor.
Not had to spend a dime. A flawless round followed by just simply 1 loss. So their economy continues to stack on along with the rounds. And NIP find themselves in a treacherous position early on here. So they did manage to collect just a Vandal and a Phantom. It will be an hour and it will buy, but you can see 4.7k across the board, 6.1 for Yassine because he's 6-0 and 2 yet to die in this opening first 3 rounds.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, we are going to see them buy around the weapons they did save. So Lucka got a Phantom in hand.
My web, this goes here.
I didn't see Korea pick anything up just yet, so I'm not sure if he would have, but again, a lot rides on this now because this is going to be bankroll for BONK if they can pull the win off in this round as well. Again, a bit of B presence here, but not showing anything towards the entrance itself. And 2 players, Yassine and BONK, are over towards A site. Maybe just trying to bait out a little bit of a rotation or some utility here on A site.
Well, the information comes out. They get drawn out by the recon bolt on Yassine. Picks Rhyme off. He was trying to line up for his cage trap there, but it didn't work out for him. And an early pick doesn't net them a great deal. It does mean they can move away, and of course it keeps and leaves poor old Korea all alone on B site right now.
It does. The Aldrone's going to go out from Cubby though, and that's going to hopefully give some information away. But they have no information on A main, and already you can see the rotation coming back through the defensive spawn.
Cover going out.
I'm assuming he's jumping off the little fountain there, but both players actually returning back over to heaven here. And there you go. All these audio cues going to tell Korea exactly what's staring down on him, and Yassine will find it with a showstopper. That's B site obtained.
Just got that little information. The recon bolts have been on point so far, and again, a flawless take. And it's for NIP just to simply hold the weapons once again, and they are passengers at the moment in this game.
Yeah.
4-0, and BONK. Well, they're going to be hitting 9k close enough because they were already. I think Yassine was already at 6.1.
And all 5 of them
round.
staying alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
All they're buying back into this is utility. Because nobody's lost any health. I don't think anybody's been healed by the Sage, so there's no armor buyback either.
Aaron's going to be the one that goes looking. Let's see if you can gain anything. So even if you're just getting a weapon away now, because even going to harm them even more. But he's got a good idea that they are going to be tucked away. He's just having a little peek around the back, make sure nothing coming from it. But BONK 4-0. Looking like a great start, considering what they've just gone through on the previous map, you know, going down so hard. You talked about it in the game, right? You just got to clear it from your minds. Why, Pete? Yeah, we lost this one. We know no good on this. They'd played it once, by the way, in an official before that bind. So not too surprising to see them fall so heavily to NIP. NIP coming into this one probably thinking, what the hell's just happened? What is going on at the start of this game?
Yeah, who played the last map? Because it wasn't these guys. I mean, they've already put on as many rounds as they did in total on bind in the first 4 rounds of Ascent. So absolutely stepping back up in the final map of the series. And Lucka now boosted in mid, and here you go. This is what we see Lucka do time and time again. First blood drawn, pull back, no reason to overextend. Don't overcommit. They don't need to control mid now because they've shown a bit of presence.
Finally, a little glimmer of hope for NIP as he rotates into tree. It's going to get caught out. Does manage to get the Aldrone down before the dark cover comes in. It's going to be chased up by a shock dart, but nothing gained from it. They step back away from this one. They realize they've drawn some rotates, and it does look like it's going to be back over to the B site as they will just stay here while the rest of the team just sneaks on over, making sure. But NIP have read well into this.
I love how BONK are actually still rocking the same bulldog from what 3 rounds ago now. But
See how long you can keep it.
This time, Korea's got a couple of friends to back him up. There's 2 stacked away in Boathouse, and it looks like they're just going to play off Korea's contact. The timing might not be good though, because you can see
peeking
rotation.
both. They're peeking A side. They've gone heavy.
Huge fake.
I mean, it's a risky fake. It's a risky one, and both of them go down, and they've got to be realizing, hang on a minute, that's all that's here. Keep your eyes here, but Fearoff has stayed, tucked in the corner. Hip gets found out. Fearoff is going for the peak. He's going to catch BONK planting. Easy as you like before the spike goes down. He's going to get the information. The recon bot goes up, and as you say, 4 seconds is all that's left on the clock, and they will finally pick up a round and clear out the weapons. But as you know, BONK, that's not going to hurt them too much. They have the economy to buy right back for probably 2 or 3 rounds here.
And again, I'm fine with this. This actually kind of breaks the economy. Well, it gives the potential to reset NIPs again. Obviously, taking into consideration the loss bonus.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, look at Rhyme, 6K. This is great for them.
It is. And again, NIP putting some kills on the board and keeping players alive. They only really, well, they lose 2 in the previous, so not going to do too much damage for them. You're seeing going to hop straight up here outside A main, but nobody there to greet him on the entrance. And again, just weird. You never really see that much of a commit to a fake on a site, Lee. So I'm surprised to see that.
Well, they're stacking out this time. Looks like they're looking to push in. Ziz will find Rhyme. Didn't expect that one to land as they step away, and BONK pick up the first blood once again.
I think he actually just ate all of the utility that BONK sent out there. Everything came his way. But again, now they've drawn first blood. They reset a little bit, and 3 members of NIP committing to holding A site. And Lucka looks like he's actually pushed into B lobby. So I'm surprised to see this rotation coming out because, yeah, they have no information on mid, but Lucka's not had contact there.
Still sits and waits in the A site. Korea sits and waits. He's got the clear angle peeking it and saying, there's nobody here. There's nobody here. But now the dark cover comes through. He's going to realize it puts the dark cover quickly onto the site, but he's going to have to push through blindly if he wants to go for it. Has got Paranoia ready and waiting to go. We'll see whether it works out for him, though, as the rest of the team are rapidly trying to rotate. He does manage to get Aaron picked off. So here's the footsteps. Now they're going to have to go for the passive approach and go for the simple retake.
A lot of time edged away on the clock there, but Spike will go down. And it is a 4v4. Hunter's Fury going to get invested up towards Heaven. Not going to find anything initially, but 2-for-2 trade. And that one still didn't blow, so they don't have the information. Their Hip's actually going to drop down, but BONK comes out on top of that 1v1. Just 1 member standing now for NIP and 1 for BONK, and 5 HP on BONK means that Korea cleans that one up, finds 3 on the round. And that was an impressive retake, but again, they were so rushed to get in there. They didn't find a second kill. The post-plant setup wasn't great.
Well, they didn't clear Korea from tree. Like, Korea was the original only defender on A site at the time.
That's what I mean. He's just been allowed to stay there. Like, they were so forced to get into site there.
Okay. Gone for the judge. He's got 5.9k, but he's gone for the judge.
I respect it.
Mm-hmm. You know what he's planning. Some in-the-face plays. Oh, hang on a minute. He sold it. He sold it. He's changing weapon. Or has he? We'll see. He's on the
He's got 2 to play with.
Yeah, I just wondering that. Bit early for that. Cage trap triggers. Yeah, Scene just tries to check every corner. Not getting caught out by that one. Stuck down in wine, not having that again.
But things like that, that'll haunt them for the rest of the map now. They'll constantly have to have that worry. Oof. Rhyme gonna swing on Yassine there and find that one seemingly for free. The recon bolt will give away the information. They already know where he is. Spike, meanwhile, trailing over outside B. This is a cheeky Spike cam. That's... I'm going to be using that one, actually, going forwards. Thank you very much, Rhyme.
love to see the angles of Cypher plays. Oh, okay, Rhyme's going to shut the door and back out. So a full passive hold here.
You will not kill my allies.
It's interesting. I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah.
See how it works out for them. They're trying to be passive. They do get the information play, but they don't net any kills from that spray. So the wall banging doesn't net them anything. Everybody's in position, and this is going to be a full 5-man stack. Ult is all at the ready. Here's going to be the Hunter's Fury coming through. Does that net anything? Yes, it does. Fearoff finds one. Second one comes through. Ziz goes down, and here comes the take. Hip comes in, finds one, and suspects the second as well. Now he sees the shot come through as well. We'll jump through, but Safe lands it. Look it down. Haven't cleared out the door yet. Tries to draw it. Doesn't matter. Fearoff is popping off right now. BONK goes down, and Safe, the last man standing, he gets hit by the shock dart. Fearoff with the shorty, with a 4K. And the defuse comes through. NIP, worry what worry. They're right back in it.
Yeah, they regained very nicely. 3 rounds in quick succession there to answer to the early lead of BONK. And again, I guess financially, both teams in a similar position other than Fearoff and Lucka. Those are the two that stand out. Obviously, those are the two that kind of cycle the operators, so we know they're not often investing back in. It's teammates saving the weapon for them, but
I am everywhere.
This one here is an important one for BONK because they're going to be on a broken buy next round if they don't get the spike down and get some kills in this round.
Well, they're going aggressive in mid. They want to force it. Sitting, playing with the dark cover. Risky with the blindness out there, and even hello, is that Lucas creeping around the side? Yes, it is. Sneaks in, tailwinds away, is down. Thanks very much. The owl drone actually over on A site as well, coming out from BONK. Didn't net them anything. Oh my word!
Okay, that might be one of the nicest shots we're gonna see this entire event. That,
I mean, he's just listening for the tailwind, right? The updraft, sorry. Listens for the updraft and knows the window that he's going to be likely in, but it will get him back on the feet. I mean, okay, from Aaron's point of view, okay, we're going to switch away. From Aaron's point of view, it would have been the window point right there.
I don't know, I felt like he would have had to break his wrist to hit that shot. That was a hell of a flick.
Okay, it's going to be a full burst. See Yassine that's distracting on A site. Will get spotted by the camera, actually, Yassine, so kind of drawing the attention. But here comes another dark cover, and that's going to stop them perfectly. 20 seconds to go. They got to push through the dark cover, and NIP should be able to come out on top in this one. Lucka goes down. The cloud burst buys Lucka a little bit of time, but Yassine has actually wiped out the 2 from the back lines, and now Lucka has to deal with him. But that's the spike plant cleared, and it's all on the one man coming around the side. What can Safe do? He's got himself on the back, doesn't realize. Lucka's going to be sidewards on, and he will come out, but of course, ran out of time.
And now I'm going to say something, because those last 4 rounds aren't the same. And again, I'm not just talking about in terms of win and loss, but they're not the same kind of pace that BONK set. And I talked about on Bind that hesitation, and we're seeing that again become a factor here, Lee, I feel, because NIP now, they've responded. They can flex out a little bit. Now they can peek out to A main like this. They can take these aggressive angles. They're feeling themselves now. BONK are kind of on the back foot, and Safe will find the opener there, but I don't want to see this become a recurring theme for the rest of the map.
That was a misread. So Safe was like, Lucka peeked and said, okay, I'm going to tailwind away. They're gone. But Kriya's like, no, I'm going to re-peek. So while one was backing away, he paranoid and re-peeked. Safe obviously holding the angle just fires because he's just like, I'm paranoid. I'm blind, so I may as well take a shot. And meanwhile, Lucka was actually already heading back to the top of heaven. So bit of a miscommunication between the team there in terms of how they wanted to play that, which is why we find one man down on NIP and well, the stack working again. It's interesting. So what I've seen from BONK is every time they will stack out coming in from main here and ignore the fact of coming from the tree. They haven't once done that really. They're normally we'd see, say for example, with I don't know, look at G2 maybe, they would have 2 or 3 coming in from the tree side, and then just maybe 1 or 2 coming from there. But instead, it's a 4-man stack trying to push through that wall.
Yeah, Showstopper are going to get invested here. You're seeing probably going to pick Hip. Okay, checks the wrong corner.
Oh,
this is deadly.
That's fed them wrong information. They think it's clear. They think it's clear. Now they're going to see him. It's going to be 1, should be 2. Yes, it will be. Hip gets Bonker and Yasin down, and now the rest are caught out of position in a, well, what is effectively on site, a 2v4 right now. But Ziz and Safe! Safe gets the double lineup on Fearoth and Looker. That was a little bit lucky to say the least. And Safe will get a 4K in the end and clears out everybody on Heaven.
Okay, I see you, Bonk. I mean, I was about to say, partway through that, I saw 25 seconds left on the clock and we didn't have an entry onto the site. I don't want to see Bonk playing the clock like this, because we saw it in Bind. You know, they lose somebody over by B, they slow walk the spike back round to the other side of the map, and then they need to spend 15, 20 seconds trying to find an entry. They don't find an entry, so they end up taking this fight all the way at the backside of the sites. Luck are going to get a little bit aggressive. Oh, we love to see that. And now, again, they've drawn first blood. A Bonk now, I mean, I'm going to tell you how the next 45 seconds are going to go. They're going to walk around the map, Lee.
They're going to be looking for picks and trying to find a problem, and well, Yasin may well be the one that finds it, but no, doesn't come out on top, and now he's going to back away, and that's going to be a reposition. But look what is happening mid. NIP have pushed straight down there, and they've got control of the map right now, and that's a problem for Bonk, because they are unaware. They're kind of suspected, I feel, but Hip has gone aggressive along with Rhyme, and that takes the man in the back, and now suddenly he's going to have to come around, and he's going straight into the shot. 7 hit points for Hip. Will get himself the heal off, though, and the rest of the team are arriving for this one. Does manage to draw the fire, but Aaron catches out Rhyme. He's going to switch around. They know the one's in the corner, and Hip can't do anything about it. Does get Aaron down, but damage, has it been done enough? It's a 2v3 with 38 seconds left to count.
But I mean, this is just trash time. This all plays into NIP's hands. They don't have entry to a site right now. Luck has pushed all the way out through A main. They're stuck in mid. Dark Cover going to go over to the defensive spawn side on B, because with 30 seconds left and they know where the spike is, they've already double stacked B. Flank coming through market right now. Yasin needs to find a kill, and Ziz is actually going to be the one to find it. But
they've not got the man in the back. Fearoth. Oh, it's the classic, just sitting in that corner. So many times I've seen people caught out by that. That little corner by the steps, just sits there, waits, crouches. And so many times people forget to check that little angle.
But this is the thing. When you don't have the opportunity of time, you can't clip. There are so many 50-50 angles in Valorant. And especially when you're down numbers, somebody can just sit there for as long as they like. And if somebody's got 15 seconds left on the clock, they don't have the chance. They can't check all the way through switch. They can't check logs. They can't swing all the way into the defensive spawn. They have to just run to site. And it's becoming a bit of an issue.
I have the spike.
Speed problematic. Safe looking to go once again to find an opener. This time they are going to make sure mid control. This is almost a simple reaction to what just happened. They lost mid, NAP pushed down it, and they are now putting force to there. It's like a police response effectively to a problem that no longer exists. But there we go. And now look at this. They've read well into this. Kriya and Looker have decided, okay, we caught them out there. This is probably where they're going to hit, but Ziz catches him before the cloudburst goes down.
Yep, so this time NIP will fall one first, but Kriya going to swing from behind the tree. And he does have a teammate to back it up. Shrouded steps out of danger. And the Dark Cover will come back down. And Safe actually going to invest a revive here. Yasin's already found his way through A main. And that will be the entry, because both of the other NIP players here are stuck in tree. Having said
going
that,
down.
Yeah.
I know
Hip
exactly.
does manage to get one of the cross, and now, of course, Neural Theft's going to show them exactly where they are. Fearoth goes through, just goes full on aggression. Will get picked off by the refrag from Aaron, and Hip will get some res back on their feet, but realizes Aaron is there. 3 of them stacked up in tree here as they try and come around, but Yasin's in position. Oh, those paint shells. That's going to stop them dead. It will clear out all the walls as well. Meanwhile, the spike is ticking on site. They need to try and make the play. Looks like it's going to be a hip that will get picked off, and now Fear off in a 1v3. Time is against him. He has to make the play. He has to go and hit. And Aaron, they know it. He will find BONK. Aaron's off to the side, and now he's getting the wraparound. He's going to try and back away, but he's running straight into Yassine. And it will be 6-5 for BONK.
And that's better. That's way more decisive. That's what I want to see BONK doing. And they're not afraid to get aggressive post-plant. The fact that Yassine actually commits to bailing Aaron out there in tree, that's what you love to see. It's not just like, oh, stay there, lurk, if you get a kill, great. Yassine literally pushes all the way in there, breaks the wall down for him, and ensures that they don't take another casualty.
And they close it out as they started. Look at on the Bucky. Just trying to stay tucked in close. The economy for this final round is dreadful. They bought what they could. As NIP, they recovered the rounds. In fairness, BONK were 4-0 up at one point, and NIP went on a tear, but this final round is looking like it will close out 7-5, barring anything crazy with the Thrifty for NIP. And, well, considering it's poor old Rhyme left alone on B site, this is not looking, this is looking pretty grim.
No, again, with the equipment they've got, they want to just gamble on a site. Cypher's utility, going to give the information away. This is actually a sick camera. The information is super early there, and already you can see NIP going to rotate over, but they're not committing to pushing just yet. And the fact the dark covers come down, it's kind of told BONK that they know they're coming. Maybe just going to bait out, actually. Throwing a lot of utility in here, maybe to just sell this fake, because the spike's making its way back through mid-lee.
Showstopper nets nothing. Tracking dart hooked in him as well, but they know exactly where Yassine is, and the rest of his team finally wrapping around. Now here they come. We're going to be around the side. Yassine goes down, but it's a trade that Ziz will take. Fear off, cleared off sight. Two on the back of sight, which is where they're going to push in. They do manage to get the peek in, but Kriya's there. Ryan with the deagle. A deagle, please. Sheriff, pretty much the same thing. Aaron can't get Kriya down, and Rhyme again onto safe. And wow, the time is against them. And that's going to be a Thrifty coming out from NIP around. They should really never have won. And that's all down to BONK not being explorative. I think it's probably the best word to say. They've got to realize, looking at the bank and saying, okay, they're on a Thrifty. They've bought what they can. We should make the most of this situation, but they just didn't.
I mean, Rhyme's done fantastically there, and that right there demonstrates just how strong a Cypher can be. Not just holding a site, but dictating the rotation. That spy cam, absolutely crucial to NIP's success in that round, but I'm going to come out and say it. I don't want to see any more Thrifty rounds for the rest of the day. I've seen one too many. They've become a criminal at this point.
I mean, we had, what, 5 or 6 from BBL
sickening
earlier on. Crazy amounts. I mean, that's why I got to the point where classic CSGO, you never really bother with the pistol round, but so often it's become a real thing as Yassine. I tell you what, he's hot on this map. Yeah. He had 27 kills in the quarterfinals, and I think we're seeing why. He is hot on the raise on this map.
Yeah, he's been popping off today, that's for sure. I'm going to check through Wine with a recon bolt. Not going to find anything just as Ziz actually might catch Rhyme. Oh, no, Rhyme's the other side of the wall, sorry. But actually, Yassine going to come down and challenge in mid. And actually, Ziz holding top mid here to allow Yassine to do so. Hip will trade it out, but I love the setup there. Yassine just no respect. Hopping into mid to clean up Rhyme.
Spike's quickly moving across, but it's not quick enough. And the last man for NIP will try and sneak across, but with the wall down, that's just giving his position away. He got 39 seconds. Okay, it's going to have to be a quick rotate. That's a long way to run with 30 seconds on the clock.
I think if he takes a step on catwalk, they're going to hear it. And actually, Yassine might have even heard the audio cue on the heel there, Lee. I think he did. That's why he's back here watching top mid, and he's going to read hip like an open book. Yeah, he's going to catch the audio now. Here you go.
Yeah. He'll be able to hear it. Should be able to catch him. Sees him running in, but missed the shot. And that means 10 seconds. He's going to get the spike down. 7. It takes 4 to plant, and that's what it's going to give him. And that nets him the money. No, Aaron beats him to it. Okay, both pistols go to Bonk. It's their map to take.
Yeah, and see that there was no hesitation in that. When you're seen running around mid with a classic, and Ziz is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna post up here. I'll make sure nobody picks you from top mid. Go do your thing." We didn't see that on the attack, and I wonder what's dictating the pace of some of these rounds for Bonk.
It's going to be aggression actually met by a 5-stack, so it's Yassine
Revealing area.
over the side that's looking to hold it. Obviously, they've got the
gonna get all
Spectre,
this
so there is a
information,
big chance to get everything they can. He has those paint shells. They're actually going to bounce straight over, force them backwards. Doesn't actually net him a kill, and the slow orb will prevent them pushing round. Yassine sees one. Is he going to back away? No, they just line up for him, and it's just the mow down. There goes the satchel charges.
Ace.
It should be the ace. It should have been, but Hip, I think he ran out of bullets.
I love that.
Yeah.
The teammate came in to bait. He was like, "Get it, mate. Go on, you can get the ace."
Well, they know where he is, that's for sure. Hip, you're not going to be able to hold on to this one. He's going to have to pick up an ace of his own, and he gets a shock dart to the face. Second one coming through. Really wants to get that orb. He's one away from a res. 16 seconds, unfortunately, away from a heal, so he's going to be pushing back into the dark cover with 30 seconds on the clock. There's no way for him to rotate through mid.
Nah.
He's going to have to go a long way around again if he wants.
I mean, at this point, try and play for a kill, get your ultimate out of it. I mean, if he goes and dies, he also gets the ultimate, but...
There's the heal. That's what he was waiting on, and now he's going back over to the A site. The dark cover. Oh, that's actually a bad dark cover. He's completely missed the angle. Maybe doing it on purpose. I don't know. Yeah, Bonkar's holding it, so has done it on purpose to try and give him the position. Bonkar doesn't land the shot, though, but instead Ziz will. And finally, they net the round, but no ace, unfortunately, for Yassine. But it does pad his stats. 20 kills and counting.
Yeah, I mean, he's been popping off today. We'll let that one slide and leave it at 4K, but
No more
a
charges.
little bit of investment coming back in here for Bonk. I mean, I say that actually. Are they just going to stick with this? Because this is the full buy round coming out from NIP. I'm not sure if a lot of armor's needed replacing or what, or whether we're going to see some early round aggression from them here, but they need to make these SMGs work.
Well, we heard from Pitt earlier on talking about how Yassine's been working so hard, grinding to improve his game. It looks like it's worked out. All that owl drone has just netted them all the information, catching them all pushing through that dark cover. And now they're just trying to spam it, but they are actually trapped at the moment. If they're going to continue through, that is not the play to go for. Looker, the rest of your team have left you.
It's a lurking jet in market.
Wants to make sure he catches the man pushing, yeah, through mid, but it's not going to happen. Paranoid goes across tree. They're going to try and push straight through. But the wall goes down, and that holds them back. Safe doing what he can with the dark cover now there. The second owl drone comes in. Responsive owl drone from the attacking team. Oh, showstopper blocked out. He's got a satchel charge over. He can't find anyone. Yassine wants to find the defenders, but they've run away. They're running over towards B side.
Yeah, luck of that. Lurk eventually paying off. He gets his way all the way into the defensive spawn. Will pick up 2 there. And Hip ready to back him up as well. Lucker will find his 3rd on the round now. And Yassine will finally put an end to the madness. But Korea there for the trade. And a slow, methodical round put on the board for NIP in response. But like I said, SMGs are on the board there for Bonk. So... I mean, they were just looking to damage, make it costly for NIP. And here comes the buy round from them, but they're pretty much tapped out here, Lee.
This is everything invested. Let's see what they can pull out. Mind you, look at also, does he have nothing, or is he on that pistol? Like, I never know with Lucker. He seems to switch his weapon out all the bloody time.
Revealing area.
So hard to tell.
Shock dart.
The recon bolt not going to net any information. Oh, well, it will, technically. It nets that there's nobody there. It was picked off quickly. The owl drone's also spotted out. This time the mid-owl drone coming out from BONK. Going to get a little bit of information just before it times out. Got a quick peek through the dark cover. Shock Dart's not netting anything either. So default play, baiting a lot of util out from NIP here. They have.
Yeah, this is another slow approach here on the attack. No information being given up, but they are going to get themselves, and we saw this in the previous round, they had market control, but that utility just kind of, I guess, forced them back a little bit. But
there's three covering.
Yeah, there's a triple stack on the defensive side.
Oh, that's why Lucas got nothing. He's going in with the Blade Storm. It's basically a weapon in itself. Nice little move there. BONK catching Kriya off, tries to get himself across with the Shrouded Step. Aaron's still not been checked. They haven't managed to clear the back of sight yet. They're still trying to push in slowly, and it's going too slow effectively. The defensive cover is coming through. Looker and Fearoff do get them down, and Hip will get the res in, and now the three-man stack pushing through. Where's the Paranoid going to go? It could be huge. Does he manage to launch it off? Safe will find the one shot. That's going to be rhymed down as Ziz tries to creep his angle around the side along with Yasin. Safe looking to hold the angle, sees the man, manages to flick, gets the Fearoff down, knows the one's on back sight. Looker does pick them off, that's the left side gone down, but Safe still alive! And will finally go down to Hip in the end. A solid round for both sides, giving it all they got, and once again, just as we saw on the first map of Haven, we go the distance in a one-on-one.
I mean, that's tough as well. It's very, very difficult to keep control of B site if everybody on your team gets forced down into the lower area and back into Boathouse. But NIP playing some really, really smart crossfires, and again, not too much utility for BONK to utilize in the retake there, and ultimately it just came down to, you know, trading back and forth, and they've done fantastically well. BONK are going to get shut down by the operator of Lucka. That's going to be first blood in this round. And again, some early aggression here from NIP you're seeing will fall elsewhere, and Aaron as well. So NIP looking to send a message again, following up from the previous round.
Looking like a nip round here. They've already picked the two off. Make it, three off, I should say. 4 off now as they've all gone down. Hip gets himself a ghost as well, and Ziz goes down. Flawless round. A little bit of afters. A little bit of afters from Hip there.
It's a grudge match. I'll allow it. That's when we want to see it.
Fearoff with the stinger. Not ideal. Rest of the team with a decent buy, though. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, there we go. I was like, why is he on a stinger? He's got 7k. I was like, hang on a minute. Starting to actually buy into it properly. Well, for NIP, their slow approach actually nets them quite a lot, based on the fact they've been getting the picks. Look at once again on the hunt, checking the angles. When you're doing it with 1 minute to go, 1 minute 20, you got the time. Safe will get the repeat though, and trying to wall it off here. He's going to go for the res on Yasin.
Kriya made it
back on his feet, but yes, Kriya is back in the backside of A. They have no idea.
Have a clue.
No. Oh, the double cross. Ryman Fearoff going down. That's the little bit of luck that maybe BONK needed. Yasin will shut down Kriya. It just leaves the last man the jump from safe pistol. That's not going to work on Hip.
That's so unlucky. Kriya's done fantastically to use the Shrouded Step to get past there, and BONK had absolutely no idea, and ultimately it's an owl drone that just catches sightline, but safe landing the collateral through to A main there. Kind of turned that round back in BONK's favor.
Well, I feel like we're back on Haven. It's all square once again, going the distance, back and forward. And what comes next? Well, it's the economies. They'll start to suffer if we continue this trade. At the moment, it's solid. Everybody's on a full buy. There's actually going to be a peek from Looker, I think. And it's going to be straight into Safe, and Safe goes down. That's the op on op. Boosted up, ready and waiting.
Yeah, I kind of actually hate seeing that peak, but it's it pays off so often.
Yep.
Watching here.
Yep.
Deploying drone. Deploying drone. Nowhere to run.
Still hate the fact we don't see that one on the map, and if we don't see it from the observers, we have no idea where it's going.
You just look for a Sova stood still somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just like, where is this play? Especially with the colors sometimes being off, you don't even know who's doing it. But not really netting anything from it. They're actually going to pull the spike over towards B site, but the A plays are fake, and actually they're pushing into Aaron. And Aaron's actually got the one down, but it's traded with Fearoth. Yassine's ready and waiting. Catches off Ryan with the... somewhat surprised. I didn't see who did the neural theft. It wasn't it Bonk that did the neural theft?
My allies.
I think so, yeah. Hip actually going to invest.
4-man push on Bonka.
Yeah.
This is going to be hard on the operator. He's already got one tucked in low. Ooh, actually drew away from Kriya. Does manage to get the shot down, but now the supporters come in. Yassine is here, but that's going to be the ulti coming across, the showstopper to Fearoth's Faith. One still stuck beneath them, though. You can see not a great deal of health on them, and that shock dart coming in, but Ziz has done the damage, gets Looker off, and now it's just one man standing. Hip on site, trying to keep them at bay. He's got the one, switches and gets the second. Can he make it a third? He's just got to delay the time, gets the heal off as well. He's going to be full health as he goes for the peak. Did he just show his shoulder? Bonka, he's scoped up. He's going to pull back. He's got to try and stick it. Goes the scope and sees the shoulder blade. And Bonka pulls his team to a 10th round.
Again, we see it come down to the 1v1 post plant. I mean, Hip's done fantastically to take it that far, and he peeled back at the perfect time there. Manages to get his heel off just outside the door. I thought he might have caught just the corner of Bonkar, but Bonkar was just scoped in, closing down the distance. Wow.
Where do they go from here? Well, that shock dart's going to actually go right into them. They're trying to speed it up. They're going into B side. It's a fast push. They're tucked in and ready. Ziz goes over the top of the blade storm. Bonkar, though, guns them both down. He thought he cleared it and just went straight into the back. Was baited by the tailwind. But there's the boost. Fearoth making it work. Gets Bonkar and Ziz down. They clear the site. Now we're in 2-on-3 with the spike planted.
And again, they do have some presence in B lobby because of the booster. Yassine will find Fearoth, and now they know that the last member was Hip on top of the wall. I think at this point, yeah, you're not going to work a miracle from there. Safe staring down with the operator, and actually going to be a little bit of a hot pursuit through mid here to try and pick up the weapon, but not going to find it. And now it's...
Pressure on.
You can start getting worried now if you're an NIP fan.
Will we be seeing Bonk reaching the final? We heard the words from Pit. That's who he wanted to face. He wanted to see Bonka. Wanted to see his Swedish comrades in the final versus G2. And Yassine has certainly stepped up, safeguarding himself a couple of collaterals. In fairness, I think he's got 2 in this game alone.
Yeah.
A little bit of luck with that one, but the pace is going to be stacked once again, and it does look like another B hit. Dark cover absolutely going to have to come out as quick as you like from Ziz. He's going to see that Aldrone will get the dark cover down. Has to get the quick reload off, but he's got pressure, and now he's got the support. That Aldrone will do its work and pay for its weight as soon as it goes through that dark cover.
Yeah, she's going to get a tag as well. They're going to try and follow it up with the paint shells.
He's stuck in the corner.
So Lucka can tailwind away from that, but you see now comes to commit to the spray through the dark cover, and he got tagged with the recon bolt, so they can see through that dark cover. You seem going to eat a lot of damage, but we'll blast back through the window.
The rotates on the fast play. They're going to try and switch it over. No.
Safe's
Oh,
gonna
there
hit
we
another
go.
Collateral.
He saw it.
I'm calling it right now. Hits another collateral.
Ziz saw it going for the repeat. They realize it's there. Safe's going to back away. They got the information plate, so the rotation's already in place. So they're actually pushing into a 4-man stack here from Bonka. The boost, though, works out, and Safe gets caught out, but Bonkar's there to deliver. And now they're pushing in on the site through a cloudburst. Not ideal. Got to get in the corner. Aaron has got himself tucked in the corner. They still haven't found him. He takes the legs from him. Down, gets the triple. A collateral onto Looker as well. Can they get any more going in their way? Bonkar on match point.
Wow. I mean, he's only at 9 and 13, but talk about Cyphers having the high impact kills. He was sat behind Generator for so long there. Wow. What an insane clutch up from that man.
What have NIP got? That's the question. A couple of times they've tried and see what they can do. The updraft not going to net anything. Trying to see if he can catch Safe off guard. Not going to work out for him. A little peek duel over on a site doesn't net anything. And it is once again to be the 4-man stack with the dark cover perfectly timed, and they're going to push through it. Ziz is just going to be backing away, but he's in the open. He may catch him off guard. He gets the one, doesn't get the second, but he gets the planter as well. That's the spike carrier down. Realizes his hips stuck in the corner. No resurrect available either. Can't get through. Can he get the wall down? Okay, he's got the wall down. Should be able to get the res off, but he's still stuck in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, Luck has got to make a play here.
Tries to. Ziz catches him off guard. Safe is ready, and this is looking very good for Bonk. Ziz gets himself the 4K. The Soul Man that was left on B site goes huge for his team, and now he's going to use his dark cover to get the ace. They try and give it to him. Rhyme will pick him off, and now he's just going to be, well, where are they hiding? They're all there, Rhyme. They're all there. Second track in dance. Doesn't work out for him. The peak comes round. Aaron goes down, but Safe says good night. And NIP will fall, and Bonk will be going through to the final.